Hello, everyone. Sorry it's been such a while since I made any announcement or kind of got you guys up to date on what's been going on. I know Lori's been posting a lot to kind of keep you guys on track of everything. It's been a really rough week, with everything that has happened. I get a lot of people asking questions because everyone knew I got my COVID shot a week ago. And did that have some of the problems with it? So I got my second Pfizer shot on Monday, not this Monday, the Monday before. And it was probably by about that Wednesday when I started not feeling too good. But honestly, it was just like what I feel every month when I get what I called my chemo flu. Every time I got my chemo shot, for those of you who follow me know that I was sick for 3 weeks out of 4 with that, except when I got my iron last month. It actually helped me when they gave me iron infusions. So when I was really surprising when I got my COVID shot, which was the week before my chemo, and after I got that second shot, I was expecting maybe to get a little bit sick, like some people had said, and I did get sick, but I got really bad sick. So they're saying that it's too late after when I got my shot for it to have happened. I'm going to be very honest, and I'm very vaccine positive, and I would not have changed my decision to get the shot. I did not know that my white blood cell count was, it was 3 when they took it, so it was probably lower when I had my shot. That's one. I think all cancer patients should have their white blood cell count checked before you get your Pfizer vaccine. 2, I'm already got a low IgG level. I have to get infusions of the transfusion donation of the IgGs every single month. And I did not know how low mine was. To give you an idea, when you get your IgG level in your blood should be above 767. When they tested it last week, it was 250. So I was very, very low on my IgGs, which your IgGs is what fights off all infections in your body. So if you put a combination of a white blood cell count that's 3 or under, and then you put an IgG count that's a third of just being barely a normal level, that kind of is catastrophe at that point. I should have enforced the issue. Now, I was doing okay with it until I went for my IgGs, my IVIG this month. And that my usual chemo was scheduled for this Tuesday that just passed. And that Monday I go for my my infusion. First time I got it, you guys know I got an allergic reaction, and they handled it right away. It was 15 minutes after I got it, and at that point, whenever I get that, they give me an emergency dexamethasone through IV and Benadryl. And they had given me 2 Benadryl pills before I started on that one, but it doesn't work. So they knew I had an allergic reaction. When I went for my second IVIG donation, because I have to do this every month now, I had, they gave me IV Benadryl, and I didn't need the steroids, and I seemed to make it through okay through my whole session. Now it came to my third IVIG. The nurse that I had helping me, she went to hand me 2 Benadryl pills, and I looked at her and I said, I don't think that that's going to be good enough. I should be down for IV Benadryl. I don't see it here on your record, she told me. And I said, I really believe that I need the IV Benadryl, because when I had reactions to my iron and I don't get my IV Benadryl, I will have an allergic reaction, and it still happens to this day. I have to have it every time before. So the lady said, it should be fine, it's the same. I said, well, I had 2 Benadryl last time and it wasn't fine. Pills, I needed to have the IV Benadryl. So she went and looked, and she ended up getting me it, but she didn't get me any steroids. And I'm still not sure I got the Benadryl because I wasn't really tired. To make a long story short, 2.5 hours into my transfusion, she was going very fast with it. Usually they have to move it up every 15 minutes. She was letting it go very fast. She said that since it's my 3rd time, my body should be used to it by now, so it shouldn't need the full 5 hours. So right at 2.5 hours, the last round of it, probably about 5 minutes to them stopping, I went into the worst severe allergic reaction I've ever had in my life with medicine. And I was like convulsing. I remember thinking in my head, is this a seizure? Because I couldn't stop shaking. My whole body, kind of like if you had a really high fever, or like when I had 106-degree fever and my teeth were shaking and hitting real hard on the top of my mouth, and you just can't stop. But it was worse than that. It was a heavy shake, and it was all the muscles in my body were reacting at once and going into like an atrophy is the best way I can put it. And they were, it was very scary. Very, 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 very scary. And then everything started with I was breaking out in the rash, all the other stuff. This one affected me. At that point, it started getting hard to breathe. And the button wasn't working when I was calling her. And when she came back, she called everyone else in. Now, at Mayo, they have these people I like to call the men in black, because they come in dressed all in black, and they have these hallways behind the scenes that no one can see, and they take you to the ER basically that way. And the men in black came, so I knew I was going to the ER. At that point, I had a severe allergic reaction, but I really think that, once again, a combination of everything, low blood cell count, the IVIG allergic reaction, them being low to begin with, everything that was happening is what I think led to me being in the hospital. And then at that point, that was when my heart was messing up. And that's when the markers were coming back showing congestive heart failure. So, was it the COVID shot that put it into congestive heart failure? I don't know. But it was the start of it, thank God. So that means that you can go into it numerous different times, I guess, in your life and pull back. So we're hoping that it's pulling back. I'm still wheezing. I still got a lot of fluid in me. I guess I have a lot of spinal fluid too, which I got to talk to my doctor about, because that's some of the fluid problem I'm having. I am still wheezing, but I'm doing so much better. It's really, really a lot better than what it was. It's just really hard to breathe. It's hard to grab a breath right now. Because the fluid, I guess, from the heart is going into the lungs. There's also, the numbers were increasing the night I went to the hospital. I got to tell you, COVID is extremely bad. What really made me very upset the other night is it was my worst fear, someone like me that gets their vaccines, that's following these rules. I might have went through hell for that vaccine, but I wouldn't change getting it. Because I might have taken the roughest way about it that you can possibly get, but I still needed it. And at least I got through it. So if I'd gone through all that hell, and then I'm going to end up dying because someone who doesn't want to wear a mask, who doesn't care about vaccines, thinks it's more political, gets a hospital bed before I do, I got a problem with that. So the only thing I can say is that when people make their decision to not get their vaccine, just know that your one decision doesn't just affect you. It affects a whole line of people. It affects multiple people for the decision being made. And I respect people that have issues that are medical or why you can't get it. But if it's just ridiculous reasons like I've been hearing lately, or based off of fear, it's just really incredible to me. I heard something today I seen on Facebook, and it was, you question what's in the vaccine, but you've eaten hot dogs and bologna your whole life. And I had to laugh, because it's true. You know how much carcinogens and all the crap is in a hot dog, and no one questions what the hell is in that? So I just thought that was the funniest thing. And I had to share that. Because if to make it the lighter note, look at the simple truth. What exactly are you fighting for when we put all that other crap into our body? So at least this can help probably save your life and many other people too. But I do have good news that I definitely want to talk about. And the good news is I'm in remission. According to my blood results, the monoclonal protein could not be found this month. And I could not wait to tell you guys this. Now, let me explain that a little better. The monoclonal protein is basically the cancer that is in my blood. And even in June, it was still there. So as of July's blood test results, before all this other stuff happened, I got the results a couple days ago, and I'm in remission. And now remember, I have multiple myeloma, so it's never, unfortunately, a true remission. But I finally, after over a year's worth of chemo, a whole transplant, and continue on this clinical trial, my body has finally reached what is called a remission status. Yay! So I'm really excited about that. So maybe this clinical trial for Dara and Revlimid being mixed, and what my doctor, Dr. Sikander Alawati, believes would actually really, really possibly cure multiple myeloma. So that's what the hope is right now. That's what we're all with this disease and cancer are hoping for, is to actually find a cure. So maybe Dr. Alawati is on to it. Maybe it is working. Maybe I can beat this and help find the cure. So I'm hopeful for it. I'm up for it. And I'm going to keep fighting it. So I want to thank every one of you for all of your prayers, your blessings, and all the great energy that every single one of you have been sending to us, because we really need it. Especially Lori, with everything she has been through with me going through this. She's been right there going through it with me. It is so difficult for her to see this and actually have the fear of I might die at that time, at that moment. I mean, there's a quick conversation you need to have when you think you might not make it through a night on, you know, what everything is. You know, what would you do? How would you do things? And I've really got to stay away from all stress right now. So anything stressful is out of my life. Right now, it's just about just having peace, happiness, and being around good people and having good times and enjoying every minute that we have here, because you never know when your minutes are up. So love you all. Thank you so much. I am getting better, and slowly but surely, and I really feel I am going to be in a much better spot here by next week, and I'll be able to keep fighting this. I love you all. Have a great night. Bye.